Hi, we are here with the owner of Zebedee Creations, and I'll be asking her a few questions. Firstly, what did her business do and how independent is it?
Zebedee Creations is a web design business, so we design and create and build websites for companies, and some companies need websites to promote their services or to sell their products, and we also maintain their website once it's built. We're an independent business, owned 100% by two of the employees.
Okay.
So I founded the business, and then I sold the business to two of the employees who now own it and run it.
Okay, leading on to that question, how long ago did you start a business and where was this business first founded?
I started the business 20 years ago in London, England, West London, and I sold it about 13 years after starting it. I sold the business and then moved away from London.
Okay. So, what's unique about your business than others?
What's unique about the business? We have a strong creative team as well as a technical team. So a lot of companies are either good at design or good at the technical side, but we're pretty good at both. We really try and understand the businesses we work with, so that we can deliver a website that's right for their business. And we are very good about estimating costs and time scales, so there's no nasty surprises at the end.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What are your biggest costs in your business?
The biggest costs definitely are our team, the people we employ. So all the salaries and the cost of employing people, that's by far the biggest cost. And the second biggest cost is probably the rent.
Of the building that you
Yeah, the office.
Okay. What was your biggest profits to pay for these costs?
Well, we were lucky in that we launched a business at a time where the internet was booming and everyone wanted a website. So we started small but had healthy profits. Business grew every year, and apart from a couple of less good years, we were generally profitable.
Okay. What skills make you qualified for the job you used to have?
Well, I guess I was an entrepreneur, and as an entrepreneur, ideas are really important. Being able to motivate people, lead people, convince customers to buy a service. So I guess I had a lot of determination and hard work, and I had an understanding. My father's an entrepreneur, and I had worked in his business, so I had an understanding of what it's like to run a business, and I learned a lot from doing that.
Okay. What are your can you name any of your enemies or rivals that you had during the time?
I can't name any specific ones. There were lots and lots of people that were trying to offer similar services. Lots of people set themselves up. Some were working from their homes, some had big fancy offices. A lot of advertising companies began developing websites. So there were all sizes, from one-man band to large organizations that were offering this kind of thing. So there were many, many, many different kinds.
And out of all those kinds of all your enemies, where were you on the most profitable and most unprofitable?
In terms of competition, actually, the fact that we are still running after 20 years is quite rare. A lot of businesses fail in the first 5 years, and it's doing really well. So I would guess we must be maybe in the top 10-20% in terms of success in this type of industry, because I imagine maybe half, I would guess, probably have either failed, closed down, or have moved into other businesses.
But in your web design, or was that in all agencies in general?
No, I'm thinking, well, most businesses fail in all industries. Most businesses fail within the first 5 years. Not just in the...
But specifically web design, do you think people fail more or less?
That's a good question. I think maybe more initially, because there were so many that started. There were probably too many, and only the better ones survived. So I would think that more have failed in this industry. A lot of people got into it and didn't really know what they were doing because it was so new. Yeah, so I would think it was a high risk industry.
Okay. And through your years, what was the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge was finding good people to work in the team. So people that were good at what they did, but also had a good work ethic. So were reliable, worked well in a team, and people that we could meet the client. And were friendly. So finding the right kind of person was really challenging, because sometimes you interview someone and they seem good, and then a month or two later, they may be good at coding or programming, but maybe they don't work well as a team, or they're unreliable. So recruitment is very challenging, but also you're always worrying about where your next job is going to come from. You know, making sure you always have work coming in, new customers, like taking care of the old customers, but finding new customers is always as an ongoing challenge, especially when there's a lot of competition.
How many reliable partners or colleagues did you have?
Reliable ones?
Or just like, because you said you hired mostly reliable and good.
Yeah, so when I started off, it was just me, one. And at our biggest, we were probably about 20 people. And I think the business has now about 12 or 15. Okay. Some of them have been there for a very long time, which is usually a good sign. They really know the business well.
Okay. That's it. Thank you for